Now as Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important. We apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
Hello, and welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. I'm Ryan.
My ears are ringing. And I'm Trenton. See?
I'm Sean.
What's that over there?
Welcome.
What's
Welcome. I don't know.
I guess he can hear that.
Yeah. Yep, that's for sure.
Wow.
So, welcome everybody to this the newest edition of the RTS show. And as you can tell, the band is back together. So,
Yes.
Something's back
but
together.
I don't think we're ready for a U.S. and world tour.
Right.
Something's back together, and it's not my eardrums. That's for sure. Like, wow.
Oh, I'm already laughing and my eyes are popping out like Daniel Jones in his press conference.
No, what?
It's like
What? No, what? No, what was that?
Daniel Jones.
That's what that's your impersonation of him?
I guess.
Oh my goodness, man! Like, his eyes were huge, but he wasn't popping his head around like that.
It's just like, man. I mean, I was just waiting for him to like get up and stand and just drink while the press room just naked, like he's on some PCP or something.
His eyes were huge, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep. So luckily, everybody, you don't see us. This is just an audio episode. So,
Right.
Oh, bummer.
All right.
To see Rod move around like that was
Oh, it is. No one can see us. Damn.
No. Yeah.
I can't hear the media, and nobody can see us. Yeah, this is perfect.
Oh.
Yeah. So 1 out of 3. That's usually our. Hey, we'd be an all-star in the majors. But
Right.
guys, tonight is night 2 of the NBA Play-in Tournament. Last night we had the Lakers and Pelicans, and the Warriors and Kings. I did not get to see the Lakers and Pelicans, so why don't you two break it down?
He probably saw the majority of it.
I did. Look, can Ryan just do that thing again, like the Daniel Jones impersonation? Oh my goodness! I don't know what you were doing. Just
keep doing it or no?
You were just keep doing it. I mean, yeah, if you want to, but I don't know what you were doing.
I don't know how we're gonna get this show.
I guess I did it so much I can't hear y'all anymore. Damn.
You what?
Okay, your audio's gone too. I can hear you.
I can hear you. It's all that Daniel Jones stuff he was doing.
Yeah, he probably shook his eardrums out.
Yeah, your turn. You swallowed that mic on this.
That's what I get.
Man.
Yep. Can you hear? Are you good? Are we functionable?
That's connected.
I guess not.
Nope. Well, we apologize, everybody.
Technical difficulties. This time it wasn't me.
All right. Well. Yep.
Outside.
Well, Ryan has disappeared.
Yep.
Now he's jumped back in. Okay. Are you there? Okay. Let's go. T.
I am here.
That's on Lakers. Okay. Yep. Lakers, Pelicans.
Oh, no more Daniel Jones.
That's where we change segments. That's where we change segments. The Ryan gives the head movement.
The orangutan on this episode is our special guest. We finally have a guest. And he's an idiot just like us. Yeah, Lakers and Heat. I mean Pelicans. Yeah, I mean, Zion's first playoff game, he looked impressive, dominated the game, and then the 3.5 minute mark in the fourth quarter came along and womp womp on that.
Yep.
I just felt like the Pelicans. I don't know why Brandon Ingram wasn't in there.
Yeah, McCollum, they were all on the bench for a while, and they were playing good with their role playing guys.
McCollum wasn't hitting his shots though. He was like 27 straight, 27 points, like in like 5 or 7, I don't know, 5 or 6 games straight, and then he just kind of, he didn't put up those numbers. That's for sure.
Yeah,
and then I don't know. It just. I think the role players or the extra players or what am I trying to say? I'm still thinking that Daniel Jones stuff. The supporting cast. I think they just, like I said, Ingram was on the bench. He said McCollum was on the bench. I don't know. I guess they simply just didn't have enough to get it done, especially once Zion went down. And even at that, it was just it was just him. Yeah, to a certain point, the other guys getting rebounds and assists and stuff. But, I mean, he seemed like he'd get the ball and go up the court, and that was that. But
yeah, Ingram sat the final 7 minutes and 38 seconds of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, that
4 of 12 from the field. McCollum was 4 of 15.
Yeah, they shot poorly.
That hurt him for sure.
And then you got LeBron on the other side. I mean, the toes streaking down the court, poking people. But I mean, hats off to him. Like, playing pretty well at an older age, and
played 41 minutes. Wow.
Yeah.
It's insane. That's insane. So if Zion finishes the game, the Pelicans win.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they were the only team in the NBA that didn't come back within what was it, like a fourth quarter deficit.
Yeah, they had no fourth quarter comebacks. Yeah. When they were losing after the third quarter, they never came back the whole season.
Oh wow.
They lost every single game. I think they said it was 21 or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember how many games they said.
20.
They were like 0 for 21.
Yeah. Wow.
This season. So they never, when they were down in the fourth, they were going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
When they were going into the fourth down, it was just like a given. But I don't know. They had the crowd hot. I mean, the crowd was hot. It was like they were getting behind them. They made a heck of a comeback after the Lakers built up to a lead. Role players were doing good. Just, man, when Zion went out, you just saw just deflate,
Yeah, I agree.
So
I do agree with you there. I think so. I would lean toward, if he was still in there, that they might have pulled it off. But
yeah, they had a much better chance.
But yeah, you're right.
He was just taking it, and he was taking it right to LeBron. LeBron was on him, and he was just dominating him every time, like taking it straight in, not shooting the ball, just driving every time. And LeBron couldn't stop him. So
that's the Bulldog. I saw LeBron took 2 charges, and Zion just made LeBron fly, and LeBron, was 6'8", 250 easily.
Yeah.
So
right.
But you feel
what's
bad.
Zion 6'10", 6'9", 270.
No, he's not that tall. He's like 6'6", if that.
Yeah, he's a little.
But he's like 275.
Yeah, he's bigger. He's a bigger boy.
Bigger boy.
6'6", 284. 284.
That's insane. Especially with as much as you run up and down the floor, man. How do you weigh almost as much as an offensive guard in the NFL? I don't get that. But
so you think that's why he got hurt? You think his weight is the reason he got hurt?
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a lot. I mean, well, he's played a lot this year. Probably the most he's played since he's been in the league.
Right.
And had a really good year.
Is he 284 right now? Because I know he's slimmed. He's lost 25 pounds since.
He has that could have been his preseason weight.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's
Okay.
probably about
'cause
270.
you can tell
still,
he's slimmed up.
yeah, he's slimmed. He's
Well,
slimmed
that's
down.
like the I guess like the weight of like 7-footers, minus like Wemby and stuff but like Joel Embiid, Zach Edey. Zach Edey's over 300 pounds.
Oh yeah.
So I guess it's just, that's not the normal size. So I guess you got, Jaquez. Ouch.
Well, you talking about that lanky son of a gun is 300 pounds?
Who?
Zach Edey?
Yeah.
He's 7'3" too.
Yeah.
He's 7'3", like 315.
Wow.
No Manu Bull.
Yeah.
7'6", 110 pounds.
I wouldn't have thought he was 300 pounds.
Well,
That's crazy.
Well, congratulations to the Lakers. Yep. They now get to take on the defending champs, which in most people's eyes thought that the Lakers would lose last night so they could avoid that to take on OKC. But I don't think you should try to flirt with that, because just what if you have like your worst shooting night in the game that you have to win,
Yeah. You still win.
Yeah. So
you still go for the win.
LeBron's won 12 straight, series ending play-in game kind of tournament or games. So he, gets it done in the clutch. But I don't know. I mean, Denver swept them last year in the Western Conference Finals. So I just don't know if the Lakers are that much better. And I mean, it's
same team.
Pretty much. Yep. Well, speaking of same teams,
they might win.
Oh, go ahead.
They might win a game, maybe two, maybe just because Denver's not maybe clicking. But you know what? They're not. Denver's going to come out firing. You're not going to stop Joker.
Yeah, I think so. So, with that same team theme, guys, let's switch to game 2 of last night, where the Kings destroyed the Warriors and knocked the Golden State Warriors out of the playoffs, making the Warriors miss the playoffs for the third time out of the last 5 years, and twice they've had to be in playing games to keep going during the regular.
I saw that one.
Yeah. So you did call that. Me and T were on the Warriors, but I mean, Curry's just got no help, man. He only had 5 in the first half.
Yep.
Finishes with 22. All the other starters for Golden State scored a total of 26 points.
Yeah.
Right. So that's 48. The Kings starters scored 108 points.
Yeah. Other 118 total. They,
And, the Kings were without Kevin Huerter and without Malik Monk. So, I mean, that game could have potentially been worse. Klay Thompson, no help. Andrew Wiggins, where have you gone? Chris Paul. It's father time's caught up with him,
Oh, yeah.
But Thompson, I mean,
over 10.
Terrible. What was he, 0 for 10?
Yep. And he started. They put him in the starting lineup. So
he was 0 for 16 if you count his threes. 0 for 16.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he missed 6 threes too.
Wow. I mean,
what a way to go out, right?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Like, they said they're definitely focused on trying to get him signed, but like, you got, like you just said. I mean, Curry wasn't on it, and if he's not on, then you're kind of in trouble, which is how this has been all season for him. And then all of a sudden you got a no Klay Thompson scoring. And then you got Draymond probably just he's doing the best he can probably, but like he's not one to go up and start scoring 25 for you. And so where was everyone else? I mean, where was Kuminga? And the rising star. So I don't know, man. They looked pretty rough. Like, I mean, again, they struggled all season long. They had a good run there toward the end, even though they got into the 10th spot. But yeah, I
think it just kind of felt. I just kind of felt the Warriors looked defeated too, kind of just limping into the game, and I don't know. That was the feeling I got, and I think they realized, Maybe Clay's not the guy he used to be. Obviously, Draymond Green's not the guy. I mean, Wiggins isn't the guy he used to be either.
Which kind of stinks, man. I don't know. Wiggins used to be. He was on. I mean, he was pretty darn good. So
yeah,
especially on the T-Wolves, but I don't know.
Yeah, but Wiggins is never that true like number one
star guy.
Yeah,
that's true.
He never was.
He's and kid is super talented, but yeah, ever since like a couple of years ago when he left the team, you remember that he left the team for a good while to deal with some family issues, and he came. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he's into
it. Wasn't
it.
the same.
Yeah. But I'm with you. I saw watching Curry. He just looks like, come on, guys, need a little help. And I can't remember who said it, but I heard it on today. It was like when Brady was in New England and Brady started yelling at the wide receivers to get open,
Sure.
because nobody was getting open. He was starting to get frustrated. So with that, we know Curry's not going anywhere. Draymond or Clay stay, or both gone, or I've heard rumors of Paul George because opting out of his Clippers deal and going to Golden State. But what do you guys think? Both Green and Thompson back next year, or are we looking at a total roster rebuild for the Warriors?
Here's who's safe for the Warriors: Steph Curry, Kuminga, Podzimski. That's it. Yeah. Those three. Everyone else, bye.
I want you to say Podzimski.
Podzimski. I'm not good with my Polish names. I'm sorry.
So do it as if Daniel Jones was trying to say it.
Podzimski. Podzimski.
I had no idea what you were doing there when you first did that. I don't know. I thought it was something the media was going. I'm like, oh great, like they can hear something I can't. Then I realized you're doing. Then I realized what you're doing.
Yep.
Wow, that was awesome.
He's got a verb now, and it's not just throwing a interception either. It's his look now.
Well, if you want to talk about people that are on the hot seat, there's your top candidate. It has to be. It has to be. But we'll address that guy a little bit later. But
who do you think T is still left for the Warriors? T.
It's a tough call because, like, after the game, you hear them talk about that's their main priority is to sign Thompson. So they want to. I'm sure when you're in front of the microphone, in front of, I guess, the world, even you're gonna say the appropriate thing. But I don't know. I mean, my buddy Ben, old Barefoot, he brought up a good point where, like, any of these other, like, small, I guess, like, not smaller name teams, but like someone's going to come off for a contract, and you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Like, hey Clay, why don't you come over here and play on I said like the Wizards or the Hornets or something, which is a younger team, can bring.
I saw something on the Mavericks for him.
Yeah, I did see the Mavs. Well, I did see the Mavs were interested in him.
Ben was talking about he's a big Mavs fan, and he was saying something about how the Mavs might go get like Draymond Green in a way, but the Mavs kind of don't. They're not really one of those markets, I guess, that go and get the bigger name dudes, I guess, in a certain way. But I don't know. It's a tough call. I think honestly, I'm not saying they both leave, but one of them does. I think the trio's over. I mean, they had their run, they got their championships, but I think it's over. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think they can run it back. It's not the same. It's not the same anymore. Everybody in that conference is longer, gotten better. Yep. faster, more athletic. But yeah, I mean, you still got Steph. Steph can play forever because he can shoot, so.
Yeah.
And Pachinski and Kuminga, yeah, solid pieces. Kuminga came on, this year.
Yeah, he did.
But I think Wiggins will be gone.
Oh yeah.
What you can get for him, but I don't know. I think I like Paul George going there. Like Chris Paul will be gone. But they said they want to get rid of. The owner said they wanted to get rid of the luxury tax because they're paying $180 million this year for the luxury tax. So letting Chris Paul go, letting Thompson go, and bringing in Jeff George, Paul George. You should know about Jeff George, right, T?
Oh yeah.
But you bring in Paul George.
I was thinking Falcons. Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember now.
Because Curry needs someone that's going to score as much as him or a little bit less, or maybe even take the scoring over, because Curry's played a lot of basketball. Him and LeBron are totally getting up there in age.
Yeah, I mean, also too, if they try to, if they bring the three back, and say they go and assign some like really good support players with Kuminga still being there and Podisky, Podisky. If they try, I mean, if that would be the only way I think if they could possibly, say like get another run at a championship. I mean, they would have to have like some really key supporting cast. Basically, have a bench that come on there and be, really rock.
They'd have to get another star. They'd have to get another star.
That's what I'm saying. They have to get
I
another
just don't see another star available that's going to want to go there. I mean, maybe someone from the East. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
I'm right there with you, Ryan. Like, yeah, maybe somebody
Jimmy Butler. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Butler. I mean, I don't. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell.
There's talk that T-Wolves could trade Karl Anthony Towns, and that would be a good fit for Golden State.
Why would they trade him?
I don't know. These contracts, they got, they're going to have to pay Edwards soon. But I don't know. Your boy, LeBron has always said he would love to play with Steph Curry. So could be somehow maybe that could work out depending on how this Nuggets series goes with the Lakers,
Yeah. Then they can draft his son.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna do nothing. And no disrespect to Bronny, but he's not his dad. No one will come close to it. But I think he should have stayed in school one more year. But we'll see how that goes. So did you guys see? I don't have the name in front of me, but the guy who got banned for the betting on himself.
Yes.
No, who?
I did.
The interpreter
for the Raptors.
Oh,
yeah, a guy from the Raptors.
We got another.
Jonte Porter.
There you go. Jonte Porter. Yeah, he supposedly bet 13 times on himself for a total of $78,000 in winnings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just people are idiots. I don't get it. But
it's one of those things you give. They don't have any. They don't have a seatbelt on them. You know what I mean? They're just they're running wild. So when you're the Raptors and you're having a terrible season like you are, you're not focused on playing basketball. You're just kind of living your life and got a lot of money. You can do whatever you kind of want, right? At least that's what they think. And then you go and make a silly decision like that. And I mean, I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's a lot more doing it.
While the company you work for makes millions of dollars with FanDuel and DraftKings being their main sponsors. So it's kind of contradictory, isn't it? You're going to bet that. That's like saying, oh, well, cocaine sponsors us, but you won't get in trouble for snorting cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that one.
Okay.
I don't cover yours.
The analogy doesn't make sense. I get it, but you know what I mean. Like
somehow I understood it, but
okay,
know.
good.
I mean,
but yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't understand it. Like a ban for life, I get it. A year, okay, cool, but like life,
Wait,
you
he
know
got
that
banned. What, he
to
got
me
he got kicked out of the NBA
for
Yep.
life, for
Wow.
life.
And Adam Silver's not messing around.
I think
Yeah.
if there wasn't 13 times, sure. It's like because Calvin really got suspended for a year, but I think it was only like one bet that he had placed. So
13 is a good number.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy didn't even play. But I mean, there were some games that he bet on where he played less than 5 minutes and came out because he wasn't.
Yeah, they were saying
feeling
he was saying
good.
he was sick. Yeah,
he had an eye
he was
injury.
making it up.
So he bet.
So
There was a big bets with it.
It's not good for the sport. So I guess get his ass out of there.
And he was making $3 million a season too. So
that's just not enough. It's crazy.
Dumbasses.
Yet he was betting in the small thousands.
Yeah.
So it's like you blew your job. You're making $3 million a year at.
Well, which makes you think he had
for a few
already
grand.
blown that money.
Yeah,
he had already
true.
blown that money.
True.
Yeah, probably.
So, all right. So then tonight, guys, as we're wrapping up this first game, Philly, I think, is going to take this one. So Philly will get to go play. Who's the 2 seed in the East? The Knicks.
Y'all see that old man?
I know. Do you see him?
Yeah.
Philly, right? So it'd be Philly and the Knicks that would play. So that'll be a pretty sweet matchup. And then tonight we have the Hawks and the Bulls. Who you guys like in that game?
Trae Young. Is Trae Young playing? They showed him just now, but
yeah, he is. He is.
I kind of like. I don't mind if I'm just guessing because I know the both teams are pretty rough and bad. I'd say Bulls. Based on I think DeRozan's been tearing it up of late, so I would lean toward that.
Yeah, I like the Bulls just slightly, mainly because they're the home team, and I know Trae Young's going to have a little bit of rust coming back, and the Hawks really didn't finish the year strong. Like they struggled a lot, so didn't play well defensively. So
no, they got tore up defensively. They couldn't stop a runny nose. Someone said the other day. I thought that was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Might have been Big Pert. Something. It was something.
Right?
No, it was Charles Barkley. That's who it was. Yeah,
that's funny.
So then Friday, Kings and Pelicans will play to see who takes on Oklahoma City. And so it looks like Philly will be taking on the loser. Or no, my bad. Miami will be taking on the loser of tonight's game. So I think Miami will win that. But no Zion for the Pelicans. You guys think the Kings win?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
they're only a point and a half favorite.
I mean, the
Vegas
Kings
only has Kings favored.
I guess I don't know. Maybe the Kings have a letdown after that big win last night, kind of thing. Possibly the Pelicans can sneak in there and pull off a win, but
it is in New Orleans, so I'll give them that. If they have a lively crowd like they had last night, then maybe crowd can kind of carry them through that.
Who's gonna step up? Not Zion.
Brandon Graham, has to be the guy in McCollum. McCollum's got all this playoff history, experience.
Ingram was benched for the last 7.5 minutes, so it's like, is there beef there?
Hopefully, he comes out pissed off and steps up. But because that guy's super talented, but the Lakers moved off of him to get Anthony Davis, so
true.
I don't know. So before we jump to the NFL draft, the other night, guys, the WNBA draft happened, and I don't know if you guys watched it. I didn't.
No.
T did, I thought.
Why would I watch that? Why in the world would I watch that?
Thought you wanted to see Caitlin Clark.
I'm giving you Daniel Jones eyes right now. You just can't see him.
Oh, but we can. But so Caitlin Clark, we all knew was going to go number 1, but tickets to the draft sold out in under an hour, and Fanatics reported that they sold out of Caitlin Clark's jersey and that they sold more of her jersey in any sport of any player in history. I mean, it's just insane the impact that.
Yeah, and you're talking
Clark
the Fever have been the worst team in that league for like 5 years straight. They've been the worst team. They have like 3 lottery or 4 lottery picks on that team because they've been the worst for so many years, and they still sold out. Or, I was like, damn, that's star power. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's star power.
Like Sean said, though, there's the word impact. I mean, she's had like a crazy impact on women's basketball. Props to her. I mean, she's awesome. Like, so it's like let's go see. Like, now it's the best of the women in the world. So let's go see what she can do. It's fun to watch her in college.
You needed her. Yeah, you needed her to provide a spark because other than that, you were hoping for what? Iowa's offense on football to do something? Because that was 12 points a game. Right. So,
yeah.
But, so who knows? She probably could have gone in and played quarterback and helped out that offense. Dude, I don't know.
First down.
I don't know. Joe, do you think there's talk about her potentially being on the Olympic team for the women? Do you guys think she makes it?
Oh, yeah. If they're smart.
Yeah, it'd be dumb not to put her on there. That's like saying, I don't know.
From a marketing stance too, though,
marketing stance for sure.
I mean, they'll probably sell out of that jersey, the women's Olympic one of hers, So
I mean, if they make a men's dream team, so to say, which they have and try to do again this year, like why would you not do that with the women's? Why would you not put your absolute best, forward? So
right.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't that kind of the point of going to the Olympics to win?
Yeah.
Unlike, I don't get the men's team. It's a little weird on some of the picks. Like you got LeBron and Steph Curry, but Anthony Edwards, he's on there. He should be. But Bam Adebayo,
Kevin Durant,
Drew Holiday,
Tatum.
So
Halliburton is on
Halliburton. Yep.
And got Tatum on there too. I mean, it's stacked.
Did you say Drew Holiday?
Drew Holiday.
Yeah. Jason Tatum, Kawhi. It's pretty stacked, man. I mean, you want to talk about defensive guys too, got a pretty damn good defensive team right there.
Yeah.
Which I know is what Grant Hill said he wants to focus on. He said, we're going to play defense.
You have to.
So
you need to, man. Some of them European teams, they're not walkovers anymore, or I'm not European, but just the overall world teams.
Oh, Devin Booker
anymore.
Yeah, Booker and Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid.
So, but I mean, should Embiid play? I mean, neither should Kawhi. Kawhi hasn't even played the last 9 games for the Clippers. So, I saw talk about this Olympic team against the 92 Dream Team and who would win in that game.
Come on.
Yeah, that's silliness.
Come on, man.
You think the Dream Team would win? The 92 team?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
What Magic Bird and Jordan against
now, what
Phoenix?
style are we playing? Are we playing this pussy shit that they're playing this now? Then maybe not. But if we're gonna play 90s NBA, then they're done.
Okay,
These guys are done.
Okay, at that time, right? Larry Bird was shot. Remember, he threw his back out, paving his driveway. Magic Johnson had all but retired. Yeah, you got Jordan. You had Stockton, Malone,
Barkley,
Robinson, Barkley, Christian Laettner, Shaq. Yeah.
Admiral.
Yep, Dave Robinson. So it's like, I think it'd be a hell of a game, but I think I'm with you, Ryan. I think the 92 team wins.
Yeah.
But I think it would just be physical dominance because, I mean, you wouldn't have your 3-point shooters like this current team has. But
they wouldn't be shooting those 30 attempts, you know what I mean?
They would show these guys what load management means. They'd need to manage a load after they got done with that game. So
I think the 92 team, their idea of load management is when they go to the bathroom. Like what these guys deal with today.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just thought that was, I mean, we should win the gold, but I mean, I don't know. We didn't last time, so.
It's kind of like the Western Conference. Every team's gotten better. Every team's gotten long. It's just like that, like you were saying before. All those teams have gotten a lot better too, So international games way above what it was when the 92 Dream Team played.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the best players in the league right now.
Yeah. Jokic, Luka,
Giannis.
Yeah.
SGA is from Canada.
Embiid.
So, yeah.
Embiid's a citizen now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he became a citizen.
And then the next superstar, Wemby, so
France, so crazy.
And I think the projected number one guy this year in the draft for the NBA is another guy from France, a shooting guard, I think. I can't. Wow. So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. But 1 week from tomorrow, is it tomorrow night? 1 week from tomorrow night? Where the hell is my button? We have too many buttons on this media board, by the way. There it is. I know you can't hear it, T.
NFL draft, baby.
It was the NFL draft. So, finally, T, let's start with you. Yeah, I'm tired of the mock drafts. I've read enough of them. But T, since you hold the number 2 pick, and I don't know if you saw this, but the Commanders, the Mandos, as we refer to them here, they hosted Jaden Daniels, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy, and 16 other prospects and took them to Top Golf.
Oh, look at those Mandos.
So, T, with that, what is your team going to do at 2? Are you staying put? Are you taking a quarterback? You trading back? Or you... I don't know. What are your thoughts on what your Manders are going to do?
I mean, from what I've been reading and seeing and stuff, it sounds like they're staying put and taking Jaden Daniels. And I think, I don't know why they would trade back, and depending if they did, how far, because they need a quarterback unless they believe in Sam Howell, which I don't.
Well, how's in Seattle?
Oh yeah, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
So they need somebody to build around this new project that I guess they have going on. So I don't see him trading back at all. I see him drafting a quarterback at 2, and probably Daniels. I don't know.
Who would you prefer?
Between Daniels, May, and McCarthy.
Yeah, Drake, May, Daniels, and McCarthy.
Prefer. That's tough. No, I mean the first UNC quarterback didn't work out, so take him off there. I don't know. I'd go I'd go Daniels, even though I wouldn't be upset if they took McCarthy, or had McCarthy. But take that Daniels. I think the risk factor with the legs and stuff like that, not necessarily Lamar Jackson, but he's a playmaker, and kind of need that going on. So yeah, I think that's where I'd be.
What do you think they
How
do,
about you,
Ryan?
Sean?
Oh,
I think they go. Yeah. How about you go, Sean?
Oh, well, I would hope you get the quarterback that works the least, being that you are a division rival. I don't know.
Sure,
I think
get that.
I don't know. I think that, but see, it's hard to judge with Daniels because he's throwing to 2 first-round wide receivers. So
Sure.
yeah, he had all the rushing. You know, he was phenomenal. Definitely deserved the Heisman Trophy this year. But size is a little, concern. But I'm sure he could bulk up. You know, he looks like Lamar when Lamar came into the league, and Lamar's pretty stacked. Thick cut now. So, I mean, I don't know. Just he could just follow Zion's diet, and he'll add some weight, and he'll be just good. But I don't know. I mean, there's good weapons in Washington, so I don't think he's stepping in. Whoever you guys take, they're not stepping into a bad situation.
Did they get rid of Scary Terry?
No, he's still there.
No, he's still there.
I thought I read somewhere that they got rid of him.
I think I had falsely reported that in a.
It was like a rumor that he was going to get, but he's still there. I like Jaden going to the Manders too. I think that's who they go with. Yeah, he's 6'4", 210. Like you said, he can put on some weight. I mean, shit. The NFL has the best weight gainers in the in the world, probably some of the best. How to bulk up that they can tell you.
He has to bulk up though. There's no other way around
it. But if he's going to run that much, but I see kind of a Anthony Richardson type season for him. What Richardson would have been if he would have played a whole year. That's what I kind of see from Jaden Daniels. So, and he probably has better weapons. So,
yeah,
Manders are going to surprise some people.
I think so. I mean, then you got New England at 3. I mean, I think the draft starts at 3, or does it start at 4 with the Cardinals, or does it just start at 5 with the Chargers? Because
who do you think the Patriots get? Think it's May, Drake May?
I think it's May. But I mean, doesn't New England I think they should consider trading back. So,
well, I'm going to go out on a limb here with the Patriots because
as T gets a fresh glass of water.
Yes.
I too know what it is to thirst for a glass of water.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here though and say the Patriots and Michigan quarterbacks kind of go hand in hand. So I think they surprise everybody and go with JJ McCarthy.
Sorry, JJ. Pick. That happens.
It sucks. It's not the best place for him, but And then I think the Cardinals take Harrison, and then I think the Vikings figure out a way to get 5 from the Chargers, and they draft Drake May. I mean, the Vikings get May. I think that's my prediction at least. So
I don't know. New England's.
I don't think those first 5 picks do a damn thing. I think it's all that goes in order. I think it's very boring.
So you think it's Caleb, Daniels, May, Harrison?
Yeah, unless someone comes and knocking, and like, who would it be? Like, because you got to give up a whole lot. So it's like, what team back there? has those draft picks, or maybe wants to make us, like what team would it be to make that splash? And
Okay,
you kind of look.
well, yeah, like you're saying, T. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you got at
No, you're
11
fine.
are the Vikings, Broncos 12, Raiders 13, potentially Seattle. Well, they got Hal. So okay, so 11, 12, and 13. Those teams all need quarterbacks.
Oh man, I
So
said.
Do the
I'd say
Raiders? They did
I was
sign
gonna say.
Minshew.
yeah,
Yeah, but I could
but
see the Raiders. I could see the Raiders moving up. I could see them taking the splash. Like something just tells me, like, especially because they're in the division with Mahomes, and so I'm sure you're trying to figure out how to, not because they kind of have their number a little bit. They know how to keep up with the Chiefs. So
True.
if they can get a solid quarterback and maybe a couple other playmakers, I mean, they might be right there in the division. I don't see the Broncos moving up though. I don't think they can't. They don't have the draft picks to trade for, right? Yeah, so they're stuck.
no, you're right because they don't have a second round pick because of trading for Sean Payton. So I think
So that's
Minnesota is unless you want to get rid of some draft capital for next year, but I don't know. I think Denver's got a lot of holes, but I think you guys are right. Minnesota's got the most ammo because they could give up 11, 23, and next year's first to move up to 5. And I think that'd be good for the Chargers because the Chargers
Harbaugh would take that in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Harbaugh would be like, "Give me that."
Yeah. All right. Okay, here's a wild card. What about the Jets? What about the Jets trading up? Aaron Rodgers.
For what, a quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
They
Or do you
need
think
offensive
Aaron
line help.
Rodgers?
They need to protect him.
Well, I mean, they got 2 veterans to play tackle.
But they're picking about right in the area where there's some pretty good offensive linemen,
Oh, yeah.
So,
First round is stacked with offensive linemen.
I mean, I don't think Alt will fall to him, but imagine if he does, then you still got, Latham from Bama.
Yep.
Or Fuega,
Oregon State.
You still got those, yeah. So you still got those guys still. So I think they're gonna roll with Aaron one more year and just see how it goes, and not try to trade any draft capital.
That's a good question though. Like, would they trade up to get a quarterback to stash behind Aaron and learn from him and stuff like that? But I mean, Ryan brought it up. Like, they need offensive line. They got to protect Aaron. I mean, quickly we all saw what happened last year. So I mean, you don't want clearly that to happen again. But if it did, then it's like, who's going to play quarterback? So if you had not necessarily a rookie would save the day, but I mean, you're going to play better than old, what's his nuts? Who was that?
Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Zach Wilson.
I was going to say Garrett Wilson, but that's a receiver. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they'll move up. I think the offensive lines will focus on. But if they did, I mean, I get it. Like, I totally understand.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they go O-line. Maybe Brock Bowers from Georgia could be, in the mix, but this is why I think it could work for the Jets because, McCarthy, as much as he shot up the draft board, kid just turned 21. So he's still a puppy. So the Jets draft McCarthy as kind of like, and then they kind of let Aaron know, like, hey, we're going to kind of pull a you, and the Packers drafted you to sit behind Favre for a couple years. So you don't even have to worry about someone challenging you for your job, unless he plays like crap or gets hurt and then JJ gets thrust into it. But I think you guys are both right. Build from the line first and protect whoever's playing.
Yeah.
What about your Giants at 6? Who do they take?
It's got to be Neighbors. It has to be.
You would think so?
I mean, I see them moving up to 4 to go get JJ, or up to 3, but I don't know. You made such a dumb financial commitment to D Jones. Ryan's, you had to start laughing at the face before he even starts doing it. But I think they have to get playmakers, man. I mean, Giants haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver since like 2016. So if you're going to pay Daniel Jones and they believe in him, get him some weapons. But I don't know. I think if the Giants, I could see him trading back, like trading with Minnesota if JJ's still on the board, but you'd lose out on one of those top 3 wideouts.
And they'll get Brock Bowers to replace Darren Waller.
That's what I was going to say.
Retire.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
But would you rather have the tight end over a receiver?
No, we need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
You got to get Neighbors, I think.
He's just saying if they could get a lot for that pick, if someone gave him a deal they couldn't ever, something they couldn't refuse, then you probably take it.
Well, you could do it to where who was it? I think it was last year. It was Arizona that traded back, and then they used the capital to trade back up. So maybe there's the Giants trade back, pick up an extra first rounder for next year, and then maybe they trade up and get the guy they want. But I think they stand pat and take the wide receiver. So, well, Ryan, what are your Bucks gonna do?
And I don't know. I was gonna say too, speaking of McCarthy, my fear with him is that he's gonna be that dude that's like waiting in the green room for a while. If he doesn't get picked, he could. I'm fearful of that for sure.
So even if Minnesota stays pat at 11 and 23, you think JJ slides past them the first time?
I don't know. I'm curious if maybe not. I've heard so many conflicting reports that so many teams are in love with him, but then I think, man, like he really didn't throw the ball a lot. He didn't have to. Yeah, I get it. He may have the skill, but they want to see you do it in college, and he just does. He didn't come from that environment, so I don't know. I get it. It's a pro style offense, yes, but was it a pass heavy offense like every NFL team runs now? Not really, you know. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I hope he doesn't.
It's a good point, Rod.
Yeah, it is.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, that has to do with this coach's philosophy too.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
But I mean, JJ's made some big throws late in games.
He has. He's clutch for sure. I don't doubt that. His clutchness, his clutch gene is there by far. But we'll just have to see. He's definitely a name I'm watching for. But as far as the Bucks, man, it's going to be defense for sure. I like a couple guys. I think the Bucks go for cornerback just because they really need that. They lost a couple DBs. I think they could go for Kool-Aid McKinstry, where they're picking, or Terrion Arnold, the other cornerback from Bama. I think either one of those guys could be there for them to take too. I don't really think they're going to focus on offense. I think it's going to be defense pretty much because they've done. I know that one from Toledo. He's kind of climbed up boards. At Mitchell, what's his name? Yeah, he's been climbing up boards a lot too, and I wouldn't mind if the Bucks selected him too. He's a pretty athletic dude, so I mean, he's been pretty much. Some people consider him the top corner. It's debatable, but still, that's what I could see them doing. But it's definitely going to be someone on defense, probably a defensive back. So.
Yeah, Joe Clyde has Quinlan Mitchell going 15 to the Colts. Yeah. And I think that's about where Kuiper had him too.
So if he fell 26 to the Bucks, I'd be like ecstatic. I'd be like, yes. So I definitely take that. But I think it's going to be one of the Bama cornerbacks. So we'll see. Who Who do they have the Bucks taking?
Joe Klatt has them taking a corner. Ennis Rakestraw, kid from Missouri, corner from Missouri.
Wow.
Yeah,
interesting.
And then there's Cooper DeJean, the kid from Iowa, who's pretty good. He could go up there, but I don't know. What do you think, T? What do you think Ryan's Bucks do?
I haven't really paid attention to what their needs are, but just listening to Ryan there and what he was saying, that sounds pretty accurate. They need to get some defensive players on those corners. Wouldn't hurt at all.
That's mainly who they lost. They need to get a linebacker and a cornerback. You know, they lost Shaq Barrett and Devin White, so you know they lost two guys from their Super Bowl team, and you know that they're going to be hard to replace too. So, but I think it's a little too early for a linebacker. The linebacker class is not that great this year, so I know they were looking at that one guy from Penn State, the defensive end.
Chop.
Chop. Yeah.
I know they really liked him a lot too. So, but we'll see.
Chop.
If he might not be there either. I don't think he will be. But if he's there, I definitely wouldn't be mad at that because he'd be a great Shaq Barrett replacement, a good pass rusher. So, but
Pork chop on the pass rush.
There you go. Yeah, they've already re-signed their offense, so that's pretty much set. They're if they draft anyone on offense, it's for the future. So,
which is good. I'm glad they took care of business on that too.
On
the
offensive end, so it's good. That's good.
But I can see him moving up a few picks to grab one of those players you're saying if they're there.
Yeah,
it's like a couple picks away. I mean, you don't have to give up the farm to move up. 2 or 3 slots.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I kind of think that's a route, like you said. Getting a cornerback or some kind of defensive player is probably what's going to happen.
For sure. For sure.
All right, Michael Penix and or Bo Nix are second round picks. True or false?
Ooh,
that's a tough call because you start going down that line, like we're saying, and so quarterbacks are set. I mean, outside like say the Raiders and the Broncos situation, I don't know. I could see maybe depending on I could see the Raiders moving up and grabbing somebody. If not, like I could see a Penix going there, or if not a Bo Nix. But I mean, for them to be second rounders though, like that's crazy. But again, like those teams, like they're set. Like you don't see Dallas isn't going to draft a quarterback.
They should.
So they should. Yeah, if they were smart, they would. Right? It's like one of those is sitting there. Why would you not? And again, like let them learn the game and stuff like that. But like Miami doesn't need. You know what I mean? You start naming them off. It's like they don't need quarterbacks. So, I mean, I would say false.
I think one's going to be picked in the first round. The other will slip to the second round. I kind of agree with T. I think the Raiders are going to make a move. I know they like Penix a lot, but they don't want to take him to obviously where they're drafting at. So I think they could trade up to like the late 20s, 30, 31, something like that, and pick him maybe.
Kind of like Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson.
With Lamar, yeah. Last pick of the first round. So could be something like that, I think. So
I mean,
he slips that far.
I kind of agree with Ryan though about like one going from the first round, one going in the second round. Like I could see that possible. I could definitely see that happening.
I honestly could see like Sam Fran at 31 maybe taking one of them if they're there. Give Kyle Shanahan, Michael Penix, Bo Nix. Bo Nix or Brock Purdy? Who do you think?
Do you think that? But I'm saying if San Fran took a quarterback there, would you not think that would mess with Purdy's head a little bit? Kind of mess up his mojo and what's going on. I know the team's got his back, and that's usually how it is. But again, if he doesn't start playing elite, does that put is that going to be in the back of his head? Because he's still young, too.
It's hard not to say that because he's got a good playoff record. You know, he was top 5 statistically last year in basically everything. So he was, I think, at one point odds favorite to win MVP. So I don't know. I just Kyle Shanahan with Michael Penix and the way Penix or Bo Nix, you know, you got experience. So I don't know. It's just kind of throwing it out there. I like the Rams to take one of them, just to get the future for Matthew Stafford.
I could see Nix going there. That's where I could see Bo Nix going.
That's what I was going to say too. I could see
Nix. Honestly, that would be my wild card for a team to move up to go get. I think JJ McCarthy would be perfect with the Rams. Let him sit and learn under Sean McVay for a couple of years and learn from Matthew Stafford. I think that'd be a good fit for JJ. But you never know. I mean, it's like, who do these teams love? You know, who do they see as their future? I mean, you talk to, you know, I live in the Mandos area, and I know a couple that I work with, and they both are it's different opinions. You know, it's like who the coaching staff, because you can't tell me that everybody in the franchise is going to be on total agreement on everybody. You know, there's going to be some debate, you know, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, sure. It will be interesting. I can't wait.
I will say this, though, too. Like, I think Brock Purdy kind of set a precedent, too, for quarterbacks, especially for rookie quarterbacks. People say, well, shit, we're going to get him cheap for 4 years. So we're going to put his ass in now and see what he can do. You know, we're not going to let him sit behind someone for 2-3 years and then come up and say, no, I need to get paid. You know, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it worked out for Jordan Love. It's worked out in that sense for him, obviously, but yeah, but people are going to say, look, let's build the Niners, you know, let's pay everyone else around him and have a rookie quarterback that's making, you know, a hell of a lot less money, you know, so rather than paying some guy like Kirk Cousins, you know, $50 million a year, you know, so
true.
I mean, I certainly don't think you're wrong, but I think, like, again, it's you throw a rookie quarterback in. I don't know, man. You throw some of these guys in there, they're gonna, you know, clearly some might, you know, be good. Other ones are gonna fail, and I mean, I don't know.
Brock Purdy went to the right team, right circumstance, you know, special.
Yeah, the right system.
You know, right coach. Exactly. You know, right coach. So it was pretty perfect for him. So,
but he did set a bar though. He set a bar though. So when you're as a rookie, if you're going to come in and be a rookie quarterback, or say, you know, even say a second year quarterback, like, that bar is set pretty high, and people are going to compare like any performance you do to that. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, now they're gonna take anything that Bryce Young does is gonna compare it to Purdy. You know what I mean? So I mean, Stroud's already, like, they're gonna compare to him anyways, but Stroud's already into the, you know, the top 15 quarterbacks, maybe even top 10 I say top 10. So they're not even worried. They're not even gonna talk about Stroud. They can compare, you know, Bryce Young to, say, Purdy and stuff like that. So I don't know. He set the bar pretty high. So we'll see what some of these guys can do.
So I was reading a story too the other day that said, what if this is the year that's like this last draft where number 1 was Bryce Young and 2 was Stroud, right? What if Caleb Williams is Bryce Young and Jaden Daniels is CJ Stroud? You know,
you know what I mean?
You know, they were saying, like, because a lot of people had Stroud number 1 on their boards. A lot of people did. A lot of people said Stroud should be the number 1 quarterback, the number 1 pick, and the Panthers kind of went against that, you know. So,
again,
I don't know. I mean, I think Caleb's a little better than Bryce Young. So,
no, I'm with you there, Ryan. But I just think that, like, again, the quarterbacks. I think most quarterbacks are going to succeed in the right system that is comfortable for them. And schemes and stuff, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, like, you know, you take let's say we take a Jaden Daniels and you put him into a Sean McVay offense. Do you think he'd be? I mean, don't get me wrong, Sean McVay, he's awesome. He's a proven coach, but like, do you think that fits what Sean does?
No.
As far as offense, you know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, Caleb Williams, all the hype's around him. He's going to go to Chicago. And
does that fit the effin Fluger or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Fabian Flus. What's his name?
Eberflus.
Eberfluser.
Yeah, you wonder, does that fit his system? I don't know.
I think Caleb's going to succeed in Chicago. I'm sorry.
Well, he has the weapons, so here you go.
He has the weapons. Ryan Poles, the GM, is part of the scouting department that was in KC that drafted Patrick Mahomes. So I think, Poles, I think he's getting it right, So he's solidified that D a little bit by keeping Jalen Johnson and making that really good trade with Tease Mandos for Montez Sweat. But I don't know. It's tough. I mean, because teams aren't sitting on quarterbacks. Like T said, you got to play right away, pretty much. Patrick Mahomes sat, but I mean, Patriots moved off Mac Jones already. Jets are off Zach Wilson. I mean, hell, you saw how fast Denver moved off Russell Wilson. So it's like, I mean, it's just tough. It's
a tough thing. Yeah.
Speaking of that position. too, I was gonna say what I heard a lot of the stuff you were saying about Caleb too, but they said a lot of the stuff about Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know that it's been like A+ for him in Jacksonville. So I get it. He had 1 year with Meyer. I get it, but still, last couple years,
B- with T-Law.
Well, who all gets a A+ out there outside of Mahomes? Like, do you give Hurts?
I would give Purdy one, but just because of what was expected of him. He was the last pick of the 7th round.
Exceeded expectations.
So that's 2 quarterbacks out of 30 teams.
It doesn't happen a lot for the number 1 pick. Sometime, at least recently, it doesn't.
And again, I'm not saying that Williams is going to fail. It's much like is what he does, like, is that gonna, because clearly they draft him, they're gonna coach him and all that stuff, but like his natural talents, like he's gonna want that's gonna come out, which you want him to come out, but like, is he gonna be able to not take his natural talents and use? I mean, again, is this gonna fit the Bears format?
You just never know.
For all these years, the Bears are a run heavy football team offensively, and so like, I mean, the Caleb Williams is more of a gunslinger. So is it like, do you go away from the running the football as much as you do to this gunslinging thing? I mean, for a pass heavy offense, I just don't see the Bears doing that. It's not their culture. So that's where it's kind of.
They've never had a great quarterback. Sid Luckman.
That's true.
I mean, Jim McMahon wasn't even that good. I mean, the defense. Chicago's always been defense. That's like their, like you're saying, identity.
That's their culture.
Yeah, their culture. Yep. But
defense.
I don't know if. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I think Caleb's the real deal. And all of his outside of stuff, I think he'll hone it back and just get to work. So, but I mean, it's the toughest position in sports to play, and it's a crapshoot. Half the league is undrafted, half the first round picks bust, 4/5 of QBs bust, probably even more. Sure. So, I mean, it's just, you never know. And then, like you guys are saying, you get the occasional Brock Purdy's, the Tom Brady's, Kirk Cousins was a 4th round pick.
Right.
So because then you have the Zach Wilsons, the Trey Lances that just don't pan out.
Right.
So, I mean, hell, Tebow was a 1st round pick, but I don't know. I cannot wait.
Yeah, the Bears have to take the chance on Caleb just to see. He's got the most pedigree. You just have to. It's just as big of a chance as it might be. It's got to be the one that's taken. I don't see any other way.
Yeah, well, either way,
Mando's in the same position though. I mean, you know,
True.
you're gonna throw a line in the water and and catch a fish, and is it gonna be a keeper?
I see Jaden Daniels being successful in that system, but it depends, because you're talking a new coaching staff. So
yep,
but
I think Kingsbury will help him a lot.
He will, yeah, and he could run a Kingsbury style too,
Yeah.
Hell, Caleb Williams could probably excel in that system, I bet.
Well, he did. Because
he did, yeah, true.
He was there
the
for a
coaches
year.
are all products of that offense.
Well, I mean, Kingsbury had Mahomes at Tech. He was at USC for a year. He did really good with Kyler. He made the playoffs in that division. So I think it'll help Jaden. So then that way Quinn can focus on the defense. So, but I don't know. I can't wait for that draft time. I can't wait to see Mel Kiper and that hair, man.
Yes.
I don't know.
Bring Mache back.
Well, this guy right here.
Yeah. Todd.
I am ready for it because I'm ready for them to stop talking about it. Like, it's just beating a dead horse at times. It's like, God, just tired of hearing it.
I kid you.
I mean, how many months has it been? Like
since the Super Bowl ended.
It's like, oh my goodness. Every day, What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? This guy's going to come over here. We're going to trade over here. And tell this. Like, get out of here already. Like, get out of here. Yeah, I noticed you got the mock drafts recorded on YouTube here. I started to watch one the other day. Man, I got probably 5 minutes into it, and I changed that thing. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, the Sports Center specials are better. But anyways, that's 1 week from tomorrow night. It's time for us to go, guys. It's been fun as always. Sorry you couldn't hear that soundboard. But we'll see you next time. This has been the Real Tree Shaker Show. Clean the eyes, Dan.